How to make a good training video that helps you improve your training. Because in the Academy, it's all about sending in your training videos so that you can get personal feedback on your training so that you can develop your skills faster. So the purpose of a training video is feedback in the Academy. To get my feedback, I need to see how your horse is responding to your training. In a video, I can often see the feedback of your horse. A second pair of eyes sees things literally from a different perspective. This can help you develop your skills faster. I recommend sending in at least 2 videos a month, and as a member you can get feedback on 1 video a week. The second reason of making training videos is to track your own progress. It will become a digital training journal. When you send in a minimum of 2 videos each month, you will have a digital training journal of 24 videos in a year. This will give you an excellent way of tracking the progress of your horse as well as your own skills. Some things takes time to change. For instance, dealing with a fearful or traumatized horse. It can be hard to see your own progress in the moment, but watching a video of 2 months earlier will clearly show you how much you have accomplished. You will also notice other things like your timing, your treat delivery skills, your rate of reinforcement, engagement of your horse, frustration level of your horse if that's applicable, and much more. The more you watch your own training videos, the more you will learn to see how your horse is communicating with you. Once you've seen certain behaviors on video that you might never have noticed because you are busy concentrating on what you're doing, you will notice these things during your training sessions as well. This can really help you leap you forward as a trainer. For example, when I was doing some lunging with Kira, she had her ears a little bit backwards, but what I noticed is that she didn't trot as forward as I would like her. But on the videos I saw also her facial expression, and once I've seen that special facial expression that really communicated how much she hated the behavior I asked from her. She had wrinkles near her nostrils, her chin was tense, the muscles around her eyes were tensed, and then she had a little bit of flattened ears. Once I noticed that, I could clearly see that as a communication. I don't want to do this. So that's when I started changing my exercises with her, just because of her feedback. The third reason is self-evaluation. Don't be harsh on yourself, but it really will help if you train your eye to see if your timing is right and evaluate your own sessions as well. Again, be gentle with yourself. It's really a huge accomplishment to make a video of your own training and watch it back. In the beginning, that was very, very stressful for me to see myself on video. I've learned to accept what I see, and even now I see videos, training videos of myself, and I think, oh, I can improve that, but noticing that it's so much easier to see while you're sitting at a table watching a video. It's easier to see what you can improve than when you're in the moment. But also self-evaluation is a really, really valuable tool that you can do with your training videos, because in the video you can see the feedback from your horse of your training. In this video I will talk about the equipment. Next time I will be talking about how to set up your camera and how to make your videos. So some camera equipment, it can be your phone, it can be your GoPro camera. I have a GoPro camera. It's very small. I like it because it's designed for sports. I have a special casing. I will talk about that later. Or you can start with a camcorder or a digital photo camera, which also makes video. So it doesn't really matter. It's a personal choice. Most people nowadays have a phone that they can make videos of. So those are some of the options that you can use. About the lenses, a wide angle lens has a focal length of 35 millimeters or shorter, which gives you a wide field of view. And the wider your field of view, the more of the scene you will be able to see in your frame. The GoPro, I choose this camera because it has a really wide angle lens. So if I set it up in a corner of the arena, I can almost see 3/4 of the arena in the camera. So that's the advantage of using a wide angle lens. It can be also fun and useful to have a zoom lens, but a zoom lens is a system of a camera lens for which the focal length and thus the angle of view can be varied. So you need an assistant to operate the zoom. You can zoom in and you can zoom out. So when you're on your own, that's not very useful. So then it's better to choose a wide angle lens. Equipment to set your camera up, a tripod or a gorilla. I got a tripod from Amazon, a very sturdy one. It wasn't expensive at all. It was about $35. You can use gorilla tripod. The tripod you can use and put it on a fence, or you can have an assistant. The gorilla tripod, you can move the legs and use the fence to put your camera or your phone on. Using the fence as your tripod makes it a bit more challenging to check if you and your horse will be in the frame, but it's so small, the size is small of a tripod, of a gorilla tripod, and it's lightweight, so it's easy to bring to the barn. Then there's a Pivot, that's a movement tracking tripod for when you're moving a lot around in the arena. It's a very expensive piece of equipment, and the tripod follows a tracking device that you can put on your arm or you can put on your horse on the saddle, and then you will stay in the frame because the tripod moves with you. You can put the tripod in the middle of the arena. I hear different opinions about the quality, and there's also a special Pivot for equestrians, and it can be a great tool for when you're riding, but when you're training on the ground you can do without. And you can have your own assistant, and this can be really easy because you can say record and you can say stop recording and so on. An assistant, however, can also bring additional performance stress for you and influence your behavior. And it can be just as easy to just walk over to your camera and press record, and when you're done, you press stop when you've finished. What I like to do is I like to make already short videos as I'm training. So I will set up the camera. I like this tripod because it's short. You can extend the legs, but since I have minis, I often put it at a height so that I can have the face of my horse on that height. And then I make a short video and then I stop the recording and then I start another video. That way I don't have to do a lot of editing afterwards. Additional equipment, digital storage or memory card or whatever is in your camera. Always make sure that you have enough free space to record. You won't be the first person that discovers the memory of your camera was full and the recording didn't happen. It happened more than once myself. Now I make it a habit that I put every video immediately on my computer after making a video. You have to have a full battery. Nothing is more frustrating than thinking you're making the best video ever, only to discover that your battery was empty and that you didn't film anything. Keep in mind that cold temperatures influence the battery life. I've bought a special battery for my GoPro that is very suitable for cold weather and can even perform in -20 degrees Celsius. Also, when you haven't used your camera in a while, it's good to charge and test your battery and your memory and check your memory before taking it to the barn. A protective casing. I got a protective casing for my GoPro. And I invested in that because at the barn it's often very dusty. Dust and sand is a big thing at the barn. That's why I chose a GoPro camera, or you can choose something similar because they are designed for outdoor filming and sports. I also want to be able to film in moist conditions. When I lived in Vancouver, it was often raining a lot, and just the casing protected my camera. And also when my horses push my camera over and my tripod, it's really convenient to have your camera protected. You need a computer or laptops to store your videos. I got myself an external hard drive with a few terabytes of memory because I do a lot of videos. So I make special folders on my computer, and I do that. Sometimes I do that per topic, like key lessons, and sometimes I just name it per date. So then I say July 2024, June 2024, and that's how I can find my videos. And a simple editing software, just to cut your videos into length of 3 minutes. There's a lot of free software that you can use, that you can get from the internet, just to cut your videos in short 3-minute clips. Sharing short videos allows me to give feedback on your video each week. I watch the videos often 3 times or more before I start writing the feedback. You don't need fancy software to get feedback on your video. Most important is that you and your horse are in the frame, that I can hear your marker. That's really helpful. That's why I like to use a clicker when I'm making a training video, because the click is often picked up by the microphone of the camera. And I can see the body language of you and your horse. So as long as I can see that, and the more close up, the better, especially when you're filming a behavior in which your horse is not moving around a lot. So then it's good to have the camera a little bit closer. So the better I can see his body language and his facial expression, the better I can see his emotions and give you feedback on how to proceed. It's not always possible, and you will often remember it when you see the video back. I often get that my clients tell me, like, I know exactly what his facial expression was in that moment, and it was this, and he did that, but I couldn't see it from the video. But together we will figure it out. Next week I will be talking about how to set up your training environment and how to make sure you're actually on video.